Good morning, y'all. I'm here today to show you a recipe that I have been making for a very, very long time. It's a dessert. Up to now, we've done other meals, but this, I think, dessert is so easy and so nice to have in a pinch if you need something special. So, I am going to redirect you to my little area here, and this is called chocolate chip cheesecake cookies. And what they're part of, a very simple mixture of a combination of, let me put a light on here. All right, combination of 1 cup of everything, or one of everything. 1 cup of sugar, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese. So, very simple. And also, of course, you can't forget this big roll of cookie dough. I usually get the value size instead of the small one because I can cover more area. You also need a 9 by 13 inch baking pan. So before I started doing this, I went ahead and I made a small one up in a 8 by 8 pan, and it's cooking in my little convection oven, and you can see how it's doing in there. Ooh, it looks so good. And this should be done in about 25 minutes. It takes about almost an hour to do this recipe. So what you do first is get your cookie dough, your egg, everything needs to be at least room temperature, okay? So doing room temperature, you keep it out for about a half hour or so. So what I've already done is I've mixed my cream cheese, my egg, all my 4 ingredients that I need. Come on, get this thing set. All right, so, and I'm going to emulsify them in this little thing. Mix them all up so they're nice and soft and into a nice smooth mixture. You can see it's coming along nicely. When this is done, we will set this aside and we will start working on the cookie dough. You could use a blender, mixer. If you have a hand mixer, I find this is a little bit easier to do for me. Just take it out, and I'm not much to clean, and then it's ready to roll. And it really mixes it up nicely so you have a nice smooth mixture, and your cream cheese being nice and soft along with everything else that's in here. If you do have some lumps, it's okay. It's not going to create a problem. Okay, so I take what I can off of this. Neat little gadget. Okay, and we're going to set this aside right now. The next thing we're going to work on is getting our cookie dough set up. So, what I've done, I usually cut this cookie dough roll in half because it's so big. And you want to just put it on your pan, whether it's a glass pan or one of these. You don't have to put anything on it, no coating of any kind of butter or anything. And then I just kind of take it out and two little chunks. So what I'm going to do is flatten them out like a pizza, okay? This is not a pizza though, is it? No, it's not. Okay, sometimes it's a little bit stiff. I probably should have taken them out a little sooner. What's down here now, I have to wash my hands first. What's down there now is from the first one that I made. Oh, I'm going to just check that right now. I think it's about done. But, so, because that was a small one. So what you do is you just kind of pat it down like on the bottom of your container, whether it's glass, aluminum, whatever you have. And if your cookie dough is real soft, then always have a little bit of water on the side to just kind of, so it doesn't stick to your fingers. And this part of it makes your base, because on top of this, you're going to add that delicious cream cheese mixture you just mixed up. You don't have to make it real thick. Okay. A friend of mine had given me this recipe years ago, and you can just improvise on it. You could add peanut butter to your cream cheese mixture. You could add walnuts, anything you want to it, and it comes out so good. Okay, now that's all made up. Okay, it's covering the bottom of the pan. So now we're going to take our cream cheese mixture that we did and just kind of spread it on the top of this. Okay, and then we'll just smooth it out to the edges. Well, I had more in here because I didn't use it all for that little one I made. It's in the oven now. Okay, so we just spread it out like this. Meanwhile, you get your oven set on 350 degrees, and it takes at least 50 minutes, sometimes 40 minutes to cook. You can tell by the top if it's browning. If you see this cream cheese mixture browning, then you know that it's almost done. Okay, now, since I already washed my hands, this part here, what you want to do now is take your cookie dough and kind of press it into little pancakes. You know, it doesn't have to be real thin, but you want to cover some of the cream cheese mixture that you put on here. Now, if you get a big cookie dough, you may have enough to cover the entire top with cookie dough. Or you just leave little spaces, which makes it look pretty too. Sometimes when I make this, I'll just put some confectionery sugar on top of it, sprinkle it, because it's sweet enough and it's really very tasty. Okay. So let's do this here. I know the kids love to do this. My grandkids, when they came to visit, they would love to make this because it's a fun thing to make. For the holidays, you could even put like little sprinkles. I think I put some chocolate sprinkles on that other one that I just made, the little one I made. Sometimes I'll make these up and to freeze these, oh my goodness, they freeze beautifully. Once you make them, you cut them in little squares, and you, if they last long enough in the kitchen, you can stick them in a container and freeze them. And when they come out of the freezer, they are so delicious. They taste just like you baked them. Okay, so what I've done is I haven't used all of it, but I've made enough to cover this one here. Okay, there. Okay, so my other one is just about done. I cooked it for about 45 minutes. And let's see what it looks like. Take it out of the toaster oven. Oh my goodness. Okay. Look at that baby. Isn't that pretty? you see the dark area here that turned brown, that was all your cream cheese mixture. And these were the little pieces of cookie dough that I had placed on top of it. When it cools down, you cut it in squares, any size squares, maybe big ones, maybe small ones, but it comes out so delicious. And like I said, you could put anything on it. You can even start cooking it with red sprinkles for Christmas or for the holidays, or even get some Halloween things and put them on it. It's a really, really good recipe. So I hope you enjoy it. You have a great day and stay safe today. Bye.